Hi, this is Vicious3745 here with a review of Forza 2 for the Xbox 360. As you may already know, Forza 2 is a simple racing simulator for the Xbox 360. The car list spans over 300 vehicles, with more being added every season. The physics are among the best I've ever found in a racing title, and once you become accustomed to the assists, you can enable or disable them to get a better feel for the power and handling that your car really has. The game's engine is so advanced that even real motorists and F1 drivers have used it in combination with Microsoft's steering wheel to practice between the real racing event. But that doesn't mean that the game is perfect. In fact, in this review, I'll be giving you a brief rundown of the features and what's available to do in Forza 2. The graphics in this game are astounding. It maintains a constant rate of 60 dazzling frames per second. You'll find cars have a thorough amount of detail, but don't expect to see any interior views. The closest you'll get is a simple hood, though if you have 3 Xbox 360s, that view can even display your left and right rearview mirrors. The game seems to feature some low-resolution textures along the ground and foliage, though you'll hardly notice as you're driving by at 130 miles an hour. You'll rarely stumble across any glitches or artifacts unless you have a knack for manipulating and glitching your game on purpose. Overall, the game is smooth to a gleaming shine. The graphics are something that should set the bar for Xbox 360 racing titles. The sound in this game is simply amazing. The car you drive changes pitch perfectly, and they all seem to sound like the real-world counterparts. Opponents' cars seem to vary their volume depending on model and make, and even their upgrades. For example, this Corvette here can plainly be heard amongst this herd of Ferraris. If you're using surround sound speakers, the game is quite perfect. Foliage and fans billow from their respective speakers. You'll hear the cars coming up on you, feel the bass of the rumble strips, and even realize which direction that horrible crash may have come from. When you're using a more first-person view, you'll find that each tire sounds off on its own respective speaker, letting you know exactly where your car is slipping. The controls in the game are simple yet brilliant, though by default they seem to favor your dyslexic Project Gotham enthusiast. I found the best setup is Control Scheme 4. I drive a manual, and so shift up and down are conveniently placed along the X and Y buttons. Even your Gran Turismo enthusiasts will find their respective playstyle. They don't expect the 360's face buttons to be pressure sensitive. For any real hardcore racer, stick with the analog throttle and brake. For those who tend to not care about their whereabouts, switch the right analog stick to better suit your needs, or just keep it attached to your triggers as Turn 10 and any other Xbox racing title intended. The Xbox 360 racing wheel and Forza 2 is a near perfect marriage. The force feedback is fantastic, letting you feel every bump and rumble strip you dash across. It'll even pull the G's and force some counter steer as you fight it in the turns, and it helps a lot with actual racing, though it has a steep learning curve and seems to be a very difficult challenge for any virtual drifter. Speaking of drifting, the physics in the game are top-notch. Playing around with the assists, you'll find yourself experimenting with them. Disable the anti-lock brakes to keep the computer from adjusting your brake pressure for you. Kill the stability management to keep the computer from counter-steering for you, and remove the traction control to feel the true power of your car. Though your little Trueno might be fine, you might want to leave this on if you're a lead-foot, horsepower-crazed maniac whose every whim is fulfilled by driving their 1009 horsepower Charger down a straight. Keep the TCS off, and you'll find an inexperienced driver throwing themselves into a wall. Hard. Of course, such a conclusion may happen with any assist off. Let's talk gameplay. The game features a wide range of customizable upgrades for your car, as well as in-depth tuning features. Everything from torque to LSD grip can be found, even caster angle, whatever the hell that is. One thing you should have to remember, this is a racing simulator. Before you race, you should probably know how to drive. Slow down for the curves, speed up on the straight, don't hit your rival. Penalties here, penalties there, penalties everywhere. Luckily for us, the penalties are only there to keep you from cheating your lap times in the Xbox Live leaderboards. Drifting is perfect on this game, and in certain turns can even improve a lap time, but don't count on it. The many tracks in the game provide plenty of variety, and a lot of people with very little in the way of lies may even find a section of track that they'd like to call their own. The game has even more appealing features, however. The damage system is above and beyond what most races are used to. You'll find bumpers and spoilers littered around tracks. Even windshields fly off and hurt your car's performance. Lose your spoiler and you lose your downforce. Tires will degrade and you'll find yourself spinning. Another feature is the ability to upload photos to ForzaMotorsport.net. Take pictures of your cars and share them with your friends. Post them on forums and get more people to buy whatever you throw up in the auction house. The single-player experience is intense at first, Though, as with most simulators, you'll find yourself racing. And racing. And guess what? Racing. The load times are decently long, especially considering the Xbox's power, but they do little to hinder the game. The game features an incredible, mind-blowing livery editor. Drop anything from your own custom game tribal designs to posting your favorite Kim Possible character. What? It's freedom of expression, people! Though selling anything in the auction house that involves boobies or porn is against the TOS, and you'll quickly find yourself Xbox Live-less. Unfortunately, any car you win is worth very little as far as credit goes. This tends to force players to use the online auction house, which really sucks if you're too cheap for a gold account. Luckily, if you have a gold account, you'll find yourself buying and selling cars faster than the average 8-year-old goes through his Pokemon trade-ins. There is an obscene amount of content online. People everywhere will be buying and selling cars they have, posting custom paint, and somehow magically buying cars for millions of credit. God, don't these people have a life? So you'll find yourself constantly painting, tuning, and going through the races in this game. You'll make friends quickly, find an entire community, and drive around prouder than a grandma with her multi-thousand-dollar Cadillac. The single-player career is lengthy, and you may not even find yourself completing it, though the multiplayer experience is one of the best that you'll find to date, and you may keep this in your disc tray for a long time to come. Overall, I'd give this game an 8.9 out of 10. The game features an extensive car list, tons of customizability, a massive community, and a solid racing engine. And at the time of this review, it can sell brand new for about $35. So go buy it. Right now. Damn it. In America.